This is Muhammad Usman.
This is Anwar Sadek.
This is Mahabura.
Assalamu alaikum. How are you all, my respected teachers, friends, and dear brothers? I anticipate that you are all doing great. I am also well by the blessing of your supplication. And we are from the enormous refugee camp of Bangladesh, to be more exact, in Cox's Bazar territory. So today I am here with my friends to express something regarding Rohingya peace and students' harmony on facility of education and freedom of movement. Nowadays, peace and harmony is a fundamental human right for every single student, and in some countries, government allow them to gain recognized qualifications or permit and institutions in the camps to reach the national curriculum. And distinguishingly, 61% of refugee children are enrolled in primary education. There are more than 25 million refugees around the world. Over half of them under the age of 18. There are also 10 million stateless people who are denied a nationality and basic rights such as education, health care, and freedom of movement.
The Rohingya have suffered decades of violence, discrimination, and persecution in Myanmar. Since 25 August 2017, more than 700,000 Rohingya have fled from Myanmar to Bangladesh and become refugees in the world's largest refugee camp in Cox's Bazar, Bangladesh. Rohingya refugee children are prohibited from accessing formal education within or outside the camps. Education is fundamental human right for every Rohingya child. A large number of Muslims have migrated to Bangladesh as refugees from Myanmar. Since 1991, the government of Bangladesh initially welcomed and accommodated refugees in 24 camps in Cox's Bazar during the influx. We are one of the largest stateless population in the world. The Rohingya are often described as the most persecuted minority in the world. They are an ethnic Muslim group who have lived for centuries in the minority Buddhist Myanmar. Currently, there are about 1.1 million Rohingya Muslims who have lived in Southeast Asian countries due to ongoing violence and persecution. Hundreds of thousands of Rohingya have fled from Myanmar to neighboring countries either by land or boat over the course of many decades.
Persecution of Rohingya Muslims in Myanmar since 1970. Since then, the Rohingya people have been persecuted especially by the government and Buddhist nationalists. The Burmese military was accused of committing ethnic cleansing and genocide by various steps against United Nations agencies. International Criminal Court and Human Rights Group declare as a genocide on Rohingya officially. Journalists and governments, the Rohingya people have later of systematic discrimination, stateless and targeted violence in Myanmar's Rakhine state, such as persecution has forced Rohingyas women, girls, boys, and men were fled to Bangladesh. For many years ago, systematically following violence attacks in 1978, 1991, 1092, and again in 2016. Yet, it was August 2017 that targeted by the Buddhist governments with purposely made world's largest refugee in Cox's Bazar, Bangladesh.
In Myanmar, entire villages were burned to the ground, families were separated and killed, and the women, girls were gang raped. Most of the people who escaped were severely traumatized after witnessing unspeakable atrocities. These people found temporary shelter in the refugee camp around Cox's Bazar, Bangladesh, which is now home to the world's largest refugee camp. It has become a huge challenge for an already overcrowded country. Very recently, Bangladesh government outlined a relocation plan for the Rohingya refugee. To relocate them, Rohingya Muslims are still awaiting for justice and protection of their rights. We are decaying, we are mourning, we are sleepless, we are helpless, we are hopeless, we are homeless, but we are not stateless. We have our own country, it is Myanmar.
For 5 years, Myanmar military began a massacre, rape and burn in northern state which was happened in 25 August 2017. It has been over 5 years now in Bangladesh. We have to live under the plastic tarpaulin huts which were built by the bamboos in the open forest. In these 5 years, we are living in the camps by desiring and hoping that we return to our native country, Myanmar. We want to go back to our land, but to go there, we want justice and full rights. No one has been accountable for the crimes against humanity and acts of genocide committed against the Rohingya population. This anniversary should prompt concern. Government have to take concrete action to hold Myanmar military to account and secure justice and safety for the Rohingya. Also, we are lack of opportunities to study higher education in the refugee camp. In the world, people are expecting on a student to advance the peace of the country. and their students are making the world brightness by getting quality and formal education. As we are refugees, the world is bright for everyone but dark for us because of lack of quality and formal education. So today we cannot do anything for our community and for our country.
By the hundreds interview of Human Rights Watch known that nearly 96% of Rohingya minority fled to Bangladesh. The people who fled from Myanmar, which surviving under the genocidal case by Myanmar military atrocities, they describe incidents in which soldiers systematically killed and raped villagers. Altogether, the security forces killed thousands of Rohingya and burned down nearly 400 villages. So, educated people are better able to fulfill their dreams in comparison to uneducated people. Education is very important for a person to overcome all the ancient superstition which negatively affects our life, so that we should overcome from wrong to right by rebuilding the good society without having ignorance, unemployment, crime, and torture, etc. completely from our society.